The pitching market continues to be fluid, and that's where we begin because the New York Mets, well, they continue their holiday shopping spree, and they are racking up the big-ticket items. Early Monday, Sean Manaea and the Mets agreeing to a 3-year deal worth $75 million. 32-year-old really increased his stock after making that mechanical change midway through the season. In 21 starts from July 1 until his final postseason start, he had an ERA of 3.4, the whip was under 1, and 127 strikeouts over 124 and a third innings. And Ron, it's remarkable, just the turnaround, the midseason turnaround that he had after observing Chris Sale while pitching at Citi Field.
I'm looking for an announcer on some kind of YouTube that'll make me a better announcer.
Yes.
To go and just see what Chris Sale does to replicate that arm release, that arm action, and change your destiny. That's what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he was having the kind of year that Sean Manaea kind of always has in the big leagues. He's a guy that everyone expects to have. He's got a big arm. They expect big results. They haven't always gotten them. And once he dropped that arm, he became the ace of that staff. It was win day when he was on the mound. And I'm just so happy for him, one of the best guys in the sport,
yes,
to get that big contract. And there's some deferred money in there. So, you know, the present day value is a little less. So we hear fans all the time talking about, well, they never take a hometown discount. They never do. Players never do that. They only take the most money. This is an example of a player that really wanted to come back and sign in the orange and blue.
And it's a feel-good story because, as you said, Sean is one of the best people in the game. But also, they need him. They need him to be that near top of the rotation performer.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know with Senga. You know,
right,
you feel that he's going to be 100% this year. David Peterson made leaps and bounds and moves last year in his career. Frankie Montas gives you a professional effort every 5 days. And Clay Holmes, you don't know just because he hasn't started since his rookie year, and his rookie year was only 4 starts. I think the key for Manaea is that just that if you've been watching him since the beginning of his career, Robert, you always expected this from Sean. He always had that big arm. He's a big body. He's a great competitor, all those things. He was more of a kind of a 50-50 guy, a good effort, you know, middle-of-the-road effort, a good effort back and forth. And he ran a string of games together that I had never seen him have. And it was so much fun to watch. And I think you're looking at a guy that now probably takes off for the next 3-4 seasons of his career and establish himself as one of the better lefties of his generation. He went through a time where he was almost unhittable. He had a game in Chicago against the White Sox. Who didn't? I know you're going to say that.
Yeah.
But he had a good start against the White Sox. After the game, he grew up about 60 miles south of the south side of Chicago. He had all his family there. It looked like it was 100 family members. And they were so excited to see him. And I think what happens for a young guy like Manaea, you spend some of, or part of your career not trying to let people down, you know? And then once you have some success like he is now, he's just going to flourish.